especially along the bleacher side. We now ask you to rise for our invocation. Father, the communities of Barneveld and Assumption, their families and friends gather before you to give praise and honor to your name. Through this event, help each of us to grow, mature, and witness your presence in our lives. We are a community of people with various backgrounds and abilities. Help each of us, Father, to do our best and to be supportive and respectful of others. Amen. We now ask those that are able to stand and remove your caps as we honor America with our national anthem, sung this afternoon by Assumption High School senior Sadie Zerflu.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, who saved us that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Yeah, what a nice job by Sadie Zerflu there. Excellent singing. And we are almost ready for the starting lineups right here on CentralWisconsinSports.net's live stream of Barneveld versus the Assumption Royals. Starting for Barneveld is number 1, Matthew Myers. Number 12, Bryce Sorensen. Tyler Hellenbrand, a senior. Jeremy Whitish, also a senior, number 30. And number 34, Hunter Whitish. Barneveld is in the black uniforms for today, while Assumption is sporting the home white uniforms. And here's your Assumption Royals on CentralWisconsinSports.net. Starting with number 20, Josh Paltz. Chase Lamp follows him out of the gates for Assumption. Number 30, Jared Haas. Brady Baltus. And finally, number 44, Colt Linsmeyer. The Golden Eagles of Barneveld enter this contest with a 5-2 record coming from the Six Rivers Conference, the eastern half of that conference, while Assumption checks in at 3-6. Suffered a loss last night to a very difficult and talented Port Edwards team. So we'll see how the Royals can rebound and respond after that tough loss last night to a very, very good Port Edwards team. Again, we're happy to have you here on CentralWisconsinSports.net for live streaming basketball action as Mark Skiba joins us here in the Crow's Nest at Assumption High School in Wisconsin Rapids.
Did you know that was the official name, the Crow's Nest, or you just gave it that nickname?
I heard somebody mention it, and I've just kind of adopted it as my own since then.
Yeah, that's it, Crow's Nest. I heard you talking about the tough loss for the Royals last night, and they're right back at it this afternoon. Nice inside move by Brady Baltus to get the game started for the Royals. Barneveld foul. Baltus will go to the free throw line. Try and make it an early three-point lead for the Royals. And Baltus does.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how fresh Assumption's legs are after having played mere hours ago on this exact court. So keep an eye on that as the game goes along here.
Well, it always helps to be a young teenager, doesn't it? You bounce back a lot
Maybe I'm
faster
thinking of
than
myself,
some.
yeah,
Right,
doing
yes.
yard work or something
Yeah,
like that. Can't move the next day.
Eagles get the ball inside to Hellenbrand.
The Eagles showing a little bit of pressure here.
Yeah, it looks like that defense should be familiar to the Royals. It's like a trapping 1-3-1 half-court defense. Now they settle into a man-to-man defense. Chase Lamp with the miss of the three-point shot. Offensive rebound to the Royals.
Of course, we saw Lamp's ability last night shooting from the outside as he hit 3 3-pointers in the fourth quarter alone for Assumption to pretty much single-handedly bring him back into that game against Port Edwards.
Well, there's a Royal foul on Chase Lamp. This is, these teams have played each other in the past. I believe they played last year as well. But the school's familiar with each other, with the girls playing each other so many times throughout the last number of years.
Yeah, and what a rivalry that's become.
In fact, 1 week ago, about this time, the girls were playing in Barneveld. We have more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds in this game. Josh Paltz with a runner along the left-hand side. And the Barneveld foul on Tyler Hellenbrand. Paltz good on 1 of 2 free throw attempts. See if the Royals can shoot a little better from the free throw line than they did last night. Wow, what a nice running one-hander by Whitish.
And Assumption turns around, and Jared Haas moving down the floor, gets a nice pass and able to lay it up. 6-4 now. Assumption is up with 4:40 left to go in the first quarter here. Long 3 attempt there.
Always scares you when you see a freshman wearing number 1. And he's a coach's son.
Apparently he's got some range.
Yeah, he sure does. That's Matthew Myers. He's a freshman, wears number 1, and he's the son of the girls' coach, Jim Myers, who's been coaching at Barneveld. I believe he's in his 37th year, has over 600 victories on the girls' side. Coach's kid. They're all, always good fundamentals and usually have a good basketball IQ. Wow, nice save by Brady Baltus. Pass thrown a little too tall for Jared Haas by Chase Lamp, and Brady went up and got it and bounced it off the Eagles and had a chance to score a basket on the inbound. Ooh.
Nice looking shot there.
Yeah, Colt Linsmeyer just couldn't get it to stay down.
And that's Sorensen on the other end.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Royals find themselves down 6-9 here. Just under 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. What do you think some of the challenges are playing on a Saturday like this? I mean, obviously the Rose played last night, and just the energy level might be sort of a concern.
Yeah, I would think so. And Barneveld also, bus trip probably takes them 2 hours and 50 minutes, to get here on a bus. So traveling on a Saturday. The only advantage I could think of is that this is about the time when the teams practice. After school, about the time that would. So they might be familiar with that, but. It's a nice move inside by Hellenbrand. Royal foul on Jared Haas. It's his first of the game. Hellenbrand with an opportunity to convert the three-point play here. And he's not able to. 11-6 now. Barneveld Eagles lead the Assumption Royals.
That rebound there by Assumption might not seem like a big deal, but after last night when they struggled a little bit with those getting those rebounds on the defensive end, that's a good sign early on, I would think, for Assumption Royals.
Yeah, it was some of the conversation after the game. We need to rebound better. We cannot give up offensive rebounds if you're a Royal. Fultz with the one-handed runner along the baseline. Dug out of there by the Eagles. There's Myers again. The three-pointer from the left wing, his second of the quarter. Shot missed by Colt Linsmeyer, rebounded by Jared Haas. Fouled on the rebound.
How about the shoes of Barneveld?
Yeah, they're probably show up nice on the camera, I would think.
Kind of a canary yellow neon look there.
They're all the same. I like that when teams all wear the same color shoes. Oh, not everybody has them, though. There's Chase Lamp. With a nice shot from the right wing.
And after a make, the student section starts to get into the game a little bit.
They can implore the Royals to play a little better half-court defense.
Good defense there by Lamp.
Getting the Royals trying that high-low pass from the wing, and it's a tough pass, and they're having a tough time converting it so far. There's an air ball by the freshman Myers. Minute 34 remaining in the first quarter here on CentralWisconsinSports.net as the Barneveld Eagles take on the Assumption Royals in the Assumption Gym in Wisconsin Rapids. 14-9 the score. In favor of the Eagles. Fade Sorensen into the game now for the Royals, taking the point guard duties. This pass inside to Jared Haas. Able to make that bunny. Nathaniel Clark finally comes down with the rebound for the Royals. They press it ahead. Barneveld, nice job getting back on defense. Over and back call against the Royals. Official not feeling like the Eagles had anything to do with helping that.
Yeah, Myers was really pestering the ball handler there and kind of caused that turnover.
He's one of those kids you can just tell he's going to be fun to watch for the next 4 years. I'm guessing it won't be the first time we hear his name in Wisconsin high school basketball. Nice basket inside by Sorensen. The Barneveld Eagles numbers aren't the easiest to see on their uniforms, are they?
No, they're not.
There's know who that was, though.
The freshman.
Myers, yeah.
Making his presence felt here in the first quarter as we've got about 15 seconds left. Assumption is down 18-11. Lamp inbounds. Get it inside to Haas.
Ooh.
And a foul.
And a foul on Myers. Bailed him out. Yeah, Haas didn't exactly have the best angle there. Tried to get his shoulder square, and Myers sent him to the free throw line. Royals just 2 for 5 from the free throw line in the first quarter. We're looking for them to shoot a little better than they did last night. Starts right here.
8 seconds to go. First quarter.
Long three by the Eagles. Rebound by the Royals, and 12-18 the final or score of the first quarter. The Barneveld Eagles leading the Assumption Royals. Here on CentralWisconsinSports.net. And boy, Hellenbrand doing a nice job. Tyler Hellenbrand, he's the leading scorer. Oh, that's not right. The young freshman Myers is. Matthew Myers converts 2 3-point baskets and a 2-pointer for 8 points in the first quarter for the Eagles. Yeah, that's these teams look to be pretty similar. They're athleticism-wise, both look to be athletic teams. Look to push the ball a little bit, do a little bit of pressure defense, and look for good shots on the offensive end.
I was kind of thinking the same thing where, just looking at them on the court, they seem to match up pretty well size-wise also. So an assumption it looks like early on is trying to get the ball moving towards the basket and trying to take some shots in the paint. And I think that's probably a good strategy against a team that's a little bit smaller than the Port Edwards, some of those big guys that we saw in the paint last night for them.
The freshman Brandon Burkhauser checks into the game for the Royals. He didn't see any action last night, but Coach Weisenbeck seeing a matchup opportunity maybe here for Brandon. He plays the middle of that 1-3-1. Does a nice job deflecting the ball.
He makes a play.
Yeah, and helps force a turnover in Barneveld. Josh Paultz with a great pass down to the block. Brandon Burkhauser for 2.
(18-14) now, and there's a steal, and we saw a lot of that last night from Paultz. Good defense leading to a layup for Assumption. All of a sudden now it's 16-18. Barneveld up with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter.
There's a Royal foul on Brandon Burkhauser. Just the third team foul on the Royals in the half. Barneveld with 6 already. Royals will be shooting bonus the rest of the first half. Wow, what an athletic play by Colt Linsmeyer to cause that turnover, and then the Barneveld foul on Myers, on Matthew Myers. That's his second of the game.
Good aggressive defense by Assumption so far.
Yes, yeah.
And I guess maybe the concern that I had with fresh legs isn't so much of a problem for them. They seem to be running around the court and causing turnovers and getting some layup opportunities out of their defense.
Those of you that know Assumption basketball know the Linsmeyer name. Zach Linsmeyer, very athletic. He graduated last year. And Colt, his younger brother, and he used his athleticism there. Converts the front end of the 1-and-1. But not the second. Just a 1-point lead now for the Eagles, 17-18, as the Royals run off 5 quick points start the second quarter. Boy, that's that trapping defense is really causing problems for Barneveld. And it forces another turnover. Now this is about the point last night. This happened in the third quarter with the Royals, where they did a nice job. Used their athleticism, full court press to cause some turnovers, and then they kind of lifted a little bit. Let's see if they can keep the pressure on the entire second quarter. Takes a lot of energy to do that, though.
Yep.
Trevor Newton, another freshman, checks into the game. 3 freshmen on the floor in varsity basketball. Wow.
Up and under shot, yeah.
Acrobatic circus shot, you might call that one. Goes in for Josh Paltz and gives the Royals the lead now, 19-18.
I think it's encouraging for Assumption to, as that's the freshman again?
Yeah, it is. That
Nice.
gets something. Wow.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
I was just saying, though, I think it's important for Assumption to get some baskets on their half-court sets like that instead of just the turnovers from the pressure defense that they've had. So that was good to see with Paltz making that circus shot.
Matthew Myers, ladies and gentlemen. Remember his name. Nice rebound off the miss by Chase Lamp. Gets the putback. 21-20 now, Royals lead. Approaching 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Their offensive rebound for the Eagles. It's Hellenbrand get in there.
Good ball movement by Barneveld to work it around, and then got a clean shot for a three-pointer in the corner, but coming up with the offensive rebound. Misses the front end of the free throw, but that's something that has killed Assumption last night, is the not being able to secure those rebounds on the defensive side.
Hillenbrand knocks down the second free throw. Ties the game at 21.
There he is again.
With another three-point field goal. It's interesting to see these two teams that play a real similar half-court trapping defense, how they work their offense against it. Another turnover caused by the Royals. And Chase Lamp's third three-pointer of the game.
He's something to watch. I mean, when he gets hot, it doesn't matter if he's 15 feet beyond the arc, it seems like, or if there's guys on him. Or
he does such a great job getting into a shot and getting set. He shot that ball quick, but still was in very good form. Got the release. Wow.
Answer there by Jeremy Whitish.
Yeah.
And a turnover by Assumption. The Royals now leading 27-24, and there's Paltz once again.
Turning it right back.
And he'll take it himself. Nice scoop shot there by Paltz. That's a difficult shot to make, and not a very good angle. Somehow got it to go. Assumption now up 29-24.
Nice block by Trevor Newton. Some of the people on the Royals bench thinking that he'd blocked two of those, but the officials saw otherwise. As Sorensen heads to the free throw line. Misses the first. But converts the second.
Cuts the lead for Assumption down to 4 with 3 minutes and 22 seconds left in the half.
Trevor Newton with the basket inside for the Royals after a nice pass from Josh Paltz. And Royals force another turnover with that half-court trap as the Eagles step on the sideline. Dare I say anything at this point, but you get the feeling that the Royals are going to play more than just in spurts today.
Nice move inside.
Trey Newton again. Wow, that shot by Myers about 4 feet behind the three-point line. Wow. You can see the three-point shot a big part of the Eagles game. Ooh. And now a Barneveld foul.
And Barneveld taking a timeout here. We've got 2:17 to go, and the Royals are leading 33-25. Of course, we want to mention our sponsor.
Yeah, let's do that. Nakusa Port Edward State Bank. And I know Nakusa Port Edward State Bank celebrating 100 years and a big supporter of Assumption basketball here on CentralWisconsinSports.net. Big thank you to them for helping make these broadcasts possible. Unofficial statistics, the Royals have made 3 three-point baskets in the first half, as have the Barneveld Eagles. But I get the impression I'm going to see a few more shots in this game. Both these teams like to pull the trigger from the three-point line.
Yeah, and I wonder if, let's see here, Coach Mike Whitish wanted to kind of settle his troops down after they took a couple of long three-pointers in that last possession and maybe think about moving the ball around a little bit or working it inside, which was working for them a little bit earlier in the game too.
Okay, the Royals in the bonus now, and Josh Paltz makes the first of the 1-and-1, but misses the bonus. And the Royals in that 1-3-1 half-court trap. Eagles able to work the ball inside there and get a shot inside. Assumption foul on Jared Haas.
Wes Williams will be at the line here for Barneveld to shoot 2. I've been impressed so far with Trevor Newton coming in off the bench like that, and he's made his presence felt on both ends of the court, really. I mean,
yeah, Trevor didn't get a lot of minutes last night in their game against Port Edwards, but yeah, he sure has made an impact today. Ooh. Eagles come up with a long rebound on the missed free throw. Opportunity to cut into that 8-point Royal lead. 34-26, 140 remaining at Assumption High School in Wisconsin Rapids. They host the visiting Barneveld Eagles here on CentralWisconsinSports.net.
good job of ball movement by Barneveld here, but the defense is preventing any good looks at the basket for the Eagles.
Well, the Eagles are choosing to use a lot of long, high passes, and that's exactly what it gives the defense an opportunity to do, is to recover. It's kind of a pass you want to force if you're playing this sort of defense.
Things are getting kind of physical in the paint there.
Three-point basket from somebody we don't have on the roster, number 32.
And Barneveld with a chance to make a run here.
There's a 32 on the JV roster. We're going to assume that that's Todd Neckash. Grady Baltus with a three-point attempt. Royal foul on the rebound. And freshman Brandon Burkhauser. That's going to send the Eagles to the line. That's Brandon's third foul this first half.
Assumption still up 34-29 with only 12 seconds left to go in the half here.
Wes Williams short on the bonus attempt.
Lamp with a rare miss.
Yeah. Brandon Burkhauser fighting for the rebound and almost got a last-second shot to go there. 34-29, the Assumption Royals lead the Barneveld Eagles here on CentralWisconsinSports.net at halftime. Let me do a little ciphering on the statistics here, and we'll see if we can't get close to give you some stats.
Yeah, I think if you are an Assumption Royals basketball fan, you have to be pretty happy with the way the team has come out here. Like I said, after only playing a couple of hours ago against a really good Port Edwards team, and that was a very fast-paced game where they were running up and down the court virtually the entire night. But to come out like they did, keep the defensive pressure up, cause a few turnovers, and to be leading 34-29 against a good opponent like this, heading into halftime is a significant accomplishment for Assumption. And as Mark mentioned, you get the sense in this game that there might be a little bit more consistency, whereas last night the team showed spurts on offense and on defense, but then once the momentum shifted over to Port Edwards, particularly in the second half last night, they had a hard time clawing their way back into it. Got back close with about a minute and 30 left last night from the hot shooting of Chase Lamp, but ultimately were unable to get over the hump. So really good performance here so far in the first half by the Assumption Royals as we start to add up the totals here for the first half. Saturday basketball here in Wisconsin Rapids, Assumption High School. Of course, we're glad to have you with us here on CentralWisconsinSports.net. We've got all of your coverage for Assumption basketball, both boys and girls, along with Spash basketball, Lincoln High School, Pacelli. A lot going on this winter season, and we're glad to have you with us.
Well, if my statistics are correct here, and again, these certainly are unofficial, but the Barneveld Eagles led in scoring by the freshman Matthew Myers. And as we'd mentioned earlier on the broadcast, Matthew Myers is the son of the longtime girls coach at the Barneveld. I believe Jim Myers is in his 37th year, 38th year, something like that. Has well over 600 victories, 640 something, approaching 700. But he's got a freshman son, and he's the leading scorer and the point guard for the Eagles. 10 points, a couple of three-pointers, and a couple of baskets, and then really balanced scoring. Sorensen and Hellenbrand with 5, and a number of other players with 3, 2, and 1. The Assumption Royals, no surprise that Chase Lamp, their leading scorer, he knocked down 3 3-pointers in that first half and another basket for 11 points. Josh Paltz got the Royals started off in good fashion. He's got 6 points. Jared Haas with 4. Freddie Baltus, Colt Linsmeyer have 2, and Trevor Newton has 4 points. You know, one of the things that I always like to look at it as a telltale statistics. To me, the big statistics in basketball are rebounds and free throws. And the Eagles shot 8 free throws, but only made 3 of them in the first half. So, you know, here we have, they're down 5 points, and there's the difference of the ball game right there. You know, they could be tied. Royals did a little bit better job of shooting free throws, although not a ton. They're 5 for 9.
Yeah, once again, I think the Newton coming in off the bench.
You always love it when you have younger players on your team, even if they're, even if they start like, the Royals had 2 freshmen contribute in that first half, Brandon Burkhauser and Trevor Newton, and you put them into the game, and sometimes they forget they're freshmen and they give you the spark that you're looking for, and really make a contribution, and then other times they remember that they're freshmen, I guess,
right?
But that's one of the great things about having them on your roster.
Also, Paltz came up with a couple of steals that he turned into circus shots on the other end and was able to convert those. And then we know Lamp can shoot the lights out of it too, and he hit a couple of long shots again today. So I think, again, if you're an Assumption fan, you have to feel pretty good about how the team's performing, especially with the short turnaround. I know I keep saying it, but I think it's not an easy thing to do to play the night before and to lose a difficult game. And I think coming out with the fire that they came out with so far and playing as well as they have against a really quality opponent, it speaks a lot to the program and to the job that Weisenbeck is doing coaching these guys.
Yeah, it seemed to me like the Royals were more consistent tonight. Now we have another half of basketball to play, and they came out last night and really almost took control of the game. They were ahead by 10 points at one point in the third quarter, but ended up down 3 points at the end of the third quarter. There was a real momentum swing and shift in that third quarter. So what I'm looking for from the Royals this third quarter against Barneveld is to come out, establish themselves again, and maintain that intensity through the entire quarter.
Yeah, I agree. Like you said last night, they came out, I think they got 3 consecutive steals, 3 consecutive easy layups, and you could tell that Port Edwards they were shocked. They were shell-shocked at that moment. Their coach called a timeout and then was able to settle their team down. And from that point last night, Port Edwards was able to take over. So I think it's important for, like you said, for Assumption to step on the gas early in this third quarter and then maintain that and not let the Eagles get back into the game if that's the case. But again, being up 5 points like they are, I feel like they couldn't have had much of a better first half, honestly.
Played pretty well. So welcome to Central Wisconsin Sports Net. If you found us for the first time, maybe you have some sort of interest in the Barneveld boys basketball program and found out that this game is being live streamed, or you're watching the rebroadcast of it. Maybe you have been told, by somebody about CentralWisconsinSports.net, and this is the first season, Brian, that the website is doing live streaming of high school basketball games. How did that come about?
We started talking about live streaming last year around this time, and then it took several months of figuring out the technical side of things, and then working with schools like Assumption to, have access to reliable networks that this consumes a lot of bandwidth. So there are a lot of technical issues to kind of deal with, and then there's equipment and things like that. So we started talking about it about a year ago, and then started to pick up some momentum and did some testing, and now we're where we are right now. So we were able to do some football games, mainly in Stevens Point over the fall, and then we've got what I would consider a fairly full slate of games here at Assumption that we're able to do this winter. So it's very exciting, and
a big thank you to Solaris with their help. You're talking about the streaming that you need and the internet access that you need, and they've been very helpful providing that here at Assumption High School to CentralWisconsinSports.net. You'll notice when you turn the camera around and see the Royals warming up that the girls' basketball team is sitting in the stands, and I'm reminded they have practice after this game this afternoon, so no rest for them. They were scheduled to have a game on Monday. Of course, as you are aware, school canceled seemingly everywhere, certainly in the state of Wisconsin. So their game against Stratford, which was scheduled, Marewood South contest, rescheduled at a date to be named later. And then coming up on Thursday, I believe it is, the Royals will be playing the Newman Cardinals.
Yeah, and what a contest that should be. Mm-hmm. Such a rivalry between those two teams.
Refresh my memory. Is that game on the schedule?
It is. We will be here. It's Thursday.
Thursday.
And we will be here, so we'll be looking forward to live streaming that one. We also have contacted Newman, their high school, and we're working on getting set up there for when Assumption, the girls, play later in February, I believe that one is. So we're looking forward to that. But always a good matchup between these two programs.
Okay, we'll get back into this one now. As halftime coming to an end here at Assumption High School in Wisconsin Rapids as the Royals host the Barneveld Eagles. And they lead through the Royals in the contest 34-29. Coach Gary Weisenbeck going back with the 5 players that started the game for him. And a quick look at the Barneveld lineup tells me that Coach Whitish has done the same.
Ooh, Lamp with a really strong drive there. Can't finish, but Haas cleans it up.
It was really good to see them stay with that offensive rebound.
And like you said, one of the telling statistics in basketball is rebounds, and for Assumption to come away with one like that, it's huge for them.
Royals run the floor. Lamp misses the layup. We've got Royal foul on Josh Paltz. That's his first of the game.
Hard to fault him on that one, both going for the rebound.
Yeah, right.
Just got tangled up.
Yeah, there are good fouls and bad fouls, and that certainly was one of aggression there. The athleticism of Colt Linsmeyer ultimately causing that turnover by the Eagles. Wow. Quick hands. Quick hands. So he was able to deflect the crossover dribble.
And just like we talked about coming out of the break, Assumption being aggressive and kind of keeping their foot on the gas pedal just like we talked about. So I think that's good news for Assumption Royals fans.
Now here's what you were looking for in the first half, and that's the Royals to work their offense. And they do inside. Jared Haas with a nice strong basket. His 4th of the game, 8 points. A couple baskets to start the second half for the Royals.
Barneveld not afraid to put it up from beyond the
arc.
No,
they sure aren't. And I was just thinking that when you, I think both coaches emphasized rebounding in the halftime speeches because each of these rebounds hotly contested, which I'd love to see. But a team that shoots as many three-pointers and as well as Barneveld does, even though they're down by 9 right now, make that 12. As Chase Lamp knocks down his 4th three-pointer of the game.
He's got such a quick release. I mean, he sets up so quickly. A lot of high school players, and myself included, I needed to get set, and it took a little bit of time, but he just catches it and releases it, and it's a beautiful-looking shot. I mean, he can really fill it up.
And the Royals defense forcing another Barneveld turnover. The thing that I liken it to is, when they talk about football quarterbacks and what a quick release they have, that's about the best analogy I can give for Chase Lamp's shot of how quick he shoots it, but yet how well and accurate.
There he is again.
I was afraid we were going to curse him, but I didn't. That's Chase Lamp's 5th three-pointer of the game, 2nd of the second half, and boy, the Royals come out storming. The score at halftime was 29-34, so Barneveld yet to score in the first 2.5 minutes of this contest, and the Royals have added 10. Royals have outscored the Eagles 10-0 to start the third quarter of this game. 44-29. Assumption with a 15-point lead now.
I mean, what else can you say?
Well, Coach White is taking the time out there, trying to stem the tide from the Royals. And again, a team that shoots as many threes as Barneveld does. Be interesting to see if the Royals maintain their intensity.
Coming out in the full court press.
Full court press. The Eagles push it up the floor.
Good move inside.
Yeah, nice shot along the baseline for Tyler Hellenbrand.
He's got a nice looking game.
Sure does.
And there's a turnover by Barneveld. And a rebound inside by 34, and that's Hunter Whitish. So out of the timeout, Barneveld gets a basket, creates a turnover, and then gets another basket. So talk about stem the tide. Maybe that's what they've been able to accomplish here out of the timeout. Oh, near turnover. Nice look inside to Haas.
Running left-hander by Myers, rebounded by the Royals. Royals being patient now in their half-court offense.
Wisely, I think.
Yeah, looking for a good shot. Ahead by 13. Certainly, let's burn some clock and get a layup. Inside to Colt Linsmeyer.
And I think that's exactly what you want to do if you're on the Assumption Royals basketball team, is keep working it inside and don't settle for shots on the outside, although if you're Lamp, you probably can shoot it from anywhere. He can shoot it from anywhere he wants to, it seems like. So,
well, it's pretty rare that you run across the boys basketball program, even in Division 5, as both of these schools are, to have Barneveld doesn't look like they have anybody on the roster over 6 feet, 6'1", do they?
Yeah, no. Haas inside again, kicks it out to Paltz. Three-pointer's no good.
Got a nice rebound by Chase Lamp, and
goodness sakes,
we know what he's going to do with it, right? He is feeling it. 6th three-pointer of the game for Chase Lamp.
I mean, what do you do if you're a defender? You can't. If you it's the classic dilemma. You can't guard him too close because he can blow by you. He's got that kind of ability.
He's
and
so quick. Yes.
If you step back, you give him one crack of daylight, he's probably going to hit the three-pointer. So. And a nice round of applause there for Haas as he comes off.
Yeah, he sure did a nice job that half to open up the half. Wes Williams makes one of 2 free throws.
And Newton checks back in with the ball right now for Assumption. Makes a drive to the hoop. And there's a spark plug again.
I am a freshman and I am here.
Turnover by Barneveld.
Yeah. 31, make that 51-34. Assumption Royals lead the Barneveld Eagles with 2:50 remaining in the third quarter. Here on CentralWisconsinSports.net. Let's drive to the basket by Chase Lamp, and Nathaniel Clark with a nice rebound and a putback. There's a nice basket by Bryson Sorensen, three-pointer.
I would say with the exception of that last basket, Barneveld has struggled in their half-court set as Newton is inside, kicks it out.
Fade Sorensen with the three-point attempt. Nice rebound by the Royals. Good
And
ball movement.
beautiful
inside.
pass.
Nathaniel Clark.
As I was saying, Barneveld's really struggled in their half-court set to get any, to get anything working, And that's a credit to Assumption's defense, I think.
Yeah.
They've really clamped down.
I think Coach Gary Weisenbeck's done a nice job with his substituting in the third quarter here for the Royals to be able to keep up their intensity. As you mentioned, Trevor Newton, a spark off of the bench. Nathaniel Clark with a couple of quick baskets, and they're keeping the pressure on the defensive end.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about coming out of halftime is keeping the foot on the gas pedal right out of the gates, but also maintaining that, and they've done a beautiful job of that so far. Barneveld was able to break through with a couple of baskets there, but they've been few and far in between. Another three-point attempt is no good.
Ooh, nice rebound inside.
Nice tough defense there, not to give up the easy layup.
Wes Williams with the tough rebound, and
Clark with the block.
Unless that was Jeremy Whitish. I know those numbers are hard to see.
Yeah, they are.
Purple numbers on black uniforms. Colt Linsmeyer with a steal. Ooh, not able to get the basket to go down. Josh Paltz with a tough rebound and put back.
A lot of contact on both of those shot attempts, but Paltz gets it to fall nonetheless. Nice shot there, short. And Paltz ends up with it. He's like a magnet with the ball. He ends up with a lot of steals and loose balls. Nice pass inside.
Ooh. But traveled to get that done, so Royal turnover. Under 1 minute remaining now, and the Royals have stretched their lead to 20, 57-37, 56 seconds remaining.
Assumption staying aggressive on defense. And another turnover.
Forcing a turnover, right. All right, let's see if the Royals can work their half-court offense for a good shot at the end of the quarter here. 39 seconds remaining. Exactly what they're doing.
Very patient on offense with about 15 seconds left to go in the third quarter here. Oh, nice look inside to Clark.
Wow, nice catch and up and under basket. Oh.
You can't draw it up any better than that. That was
to run the clock for 39 seconds and then make an up and under basket.
Beautiful execution there.
At the buzzer. Wow, that's a... I tell you, there are a few things that swing momentum, and clearly the Royals had the momentum, that entire third quarter, but there are a few things that swing momentum, like scoring at the end of a quarter or half in basketball. Wow.
5, 7,
Well,
0, 0.
you noted before we went on our broadcast here today on CentralWisconsinSports.net, you noted that you didn't see Coach Weisenbeck or any of the Assumption players for a long time after the game last night. And I'm guessing the Royals felt like they had one get away from them last night. And I'm guessing that Coach Weisenbeck probably delivered that message. I'm thinking that it had an effect.
I'm thinking the message was received if that's the case, because they have played. You can't play a much better 3 quarters of basketball than what we've seen here. And again, under the circumstances, coming back, short turnaround, playing at an odd time on a Saturday, they've got everything working in their favor right now.
You were wondering about how the Royals would react with having played less than 24 hours ago. But, now that I think about that further and see how the Royals have reacted, what a better scenario.
Yeah.
You get to get right back after it, not have to, have a practice where – coaches like to remind you of your intensity in practice by maybe running a little bit more.
Right.
Yeah, so Yeah. All right, 59-37. Royals lead the Barneveld Eagles. We start the fourth quarter at Assumption High School in Wisconsin Rapids on CentralWisconsinSports.net. This broadcast is brought to you by Nakusa Port Edward State Bank, celebrating 100 years in business and a proud supporter of Assumption basketball on CentralWisconsinSports.net. Royals now with the ball, again working that half-court offense. Quick jump ball call there. Trevor Newton. Possession stays with the Royals.
If you are Barneveld's head coach, Mike Whitish, I mean, what are you saying to your team as they're coming out of that, coming into the fourth quarter here? I mean, what's the conversation like on that side of the bench?
Well, I think that, this is a good opportunity. They're in a non-conference game, against a very athletic, good opponent that's playing well. My message to them would be, let's continue to compete. Let's work on the things that we need to get better at against this good opportunity. This is a good opportunity for us to be playing against a good team. Let's not mail it in here. We got another 8 minutes of now 7 minutes remaining of basketball to play, but let's play hard and compete. Let's win the fourth quarter.
Sure. Myers thought about that one.
Another long three attempt by the Eagles. I can tell you that if we were to see this Barneveld Eagle team on another day, they started out shooting three-point shots pretty well in the first quarter, but they have really gone cold from behind the arc. And I think on days when that doesn't happen, I could see them being right in this basketball game. Colt Linsmeyer with the errant shot there and rebounded to Barneveld. Would you say Myers was 4 feet behind the line on that three-point attempt?
Easily.
My goodness. And nice rebound basket there.
And a timeout here with 6:13 left to go in this game, with the Royals still up by 20, 59 to 39.
Cole Brewer into the game now for the Eagles. That was who scored that last basket for Barneveld. You look at the Barneveld roster too, and you've got 4 seniors, 5 juniors, and 1 freshman. Often when you see a team that has that many seniors on it. Of course, Barneveld's having quite a nice season.
Yeah.
Their last game, they just lost by 2 points. Their only other loss of the year, was a close game as well, and looks like they've won some close games. That southwestern part of the state, which Barneveld plays a lot of their games in. Down in that conference, it's a good basketball area.
Absolutely. That's where I grew up. Made my name down there.
Is that right?
Yeah. Not in Barneveld, but in the southwest part of the state.
Then you know. And might I say, we live in one of the most beautiful states in Wisconsin, but the southwest part of the state certainly is the prettiest part of the state. Yeah, doesn't matter the time of year. All right, Royals after the full timeout. 6:10 remaining in the game. Inbound the ball. Some pressure defense from the Eagles. I'm going to have a conversation with some of the parents from Barneveld. The Whitish name is certainly, we've got 2 Whitish boys, and wow. Nice inbound to Jared Haas and the catch and shot. But Barneveld sleeping on that inbound play. Shot attempt missed by Barneveld. Chase Lamp with the rebound. We're saying that there's 2 girls that play at Barneveld. I know that they are cousins, and there's 2 Whitish in this game, and there's Coach Whitish, and there's a lot of them. All good basketball players, too. You just wonder
I can do is shake my head. I mean,
I'm just keeping track of how many he's made, which is 7. I believe he's only shot 8. I'm not keeping track of how many but I believe he's 7 for 8 from 3-point. Might be 7 for 9, but unbelievable. Wow. 7 3-point baskets.
yeah, Lamp is something. I'm going to go home and watch this.
Yeah, and
this recording right away
right,
because
right. How fun it is. Yeah, 23 points total for Chase Lamp with 5 minutes remaining in the game as the Royals extend their lead to 25 now, 64-39 over the Barneveld Eagles. But that's, Coach Whitish for Barneveld takes a timeout. You'd asked, what do you need to come away from here when it comes to the fourth quarter of this game? You got on a bus, you came up here, 2 hours. You're in a competitive basketball game, but let's learn from it now. Let's not nail it in. Let's keep competing. Let's do what we do.
of course the problem with that is that you've got a player like Lamp on the other side who every time it feels like maybe you are doing something or you're gaining a little bit of momentum.
Crushes your spirit.
Crushes your spirit because you just can't stop him.
Yeah. Yeah, what a great game. Yeah, he's keep shooting. Shoot to get hot, shoot to stay hot, right?
Absolutely.
Matthew Myers, the freshman for Barneveld.
Yeah, as you mentioned before, I don't think this is the last time we're going to hear his name in Wisconsin basketball.
No.
He's got a bright future ahead of him.
Yeah, you can just tell. It looks like the ball is stuck to his hand when he's dribbling
right.
it, and you can tell he's played a lot of basketball. Good fundamentals. Royals maintaining their pressure even with a 25-point lead in this game.
Yeah, Lamp with a nice defensive play there, able to disrupt that pass attempt. 4:25 to go. Assumption 64 and Barneveld 39.
Josh Paltz with a steal and the finish.
How many times have we said that in the last couple of days?
Yeah. For his 12th point of the game. Wow, everything just going the Royals' way right now. We got 2 Royals bouncing off of each other, and the ball deflects to one of their teammates. Oh, another nice look inside for Jared Haas. Nice pass for Colt Linsmeyer.
Haas has been the recipient of a couple of nice passes inside. And I know talking to Coach Weisenbeck after the Cranberry Classic, how he felt that Jared Haas back then had made a step forward and that they were looking forward to production out of him from this for this season. There he is with the rebound. So an important cog on this team for sure.
Another nice pass inside, quick turn. Unable to get that one to go down, but steal by the Royals. And Josh Paltz with another basket and conversion from a turnover. There's a 31-point Royal lead now. As Coach Weisenbeck takes a 20-second timeout just to sub and get the Royals a nice round of applause. As you mentioned, nice game for Jared Haas. Chase Lamp, who's made 7 3-pointers in this game. Well, yeah, we'll have to check the tape. It's either 7 of 8 or 7 of 9.
I know he's made a lot more than he's missed.
Yeah,
I can tell you that much.
Yeah, for sure. And you don't ever feel like any of them were forced.
No.
He certainly was looking for a shot, especially in that little run when he was feeling it. But they're all good shots when they go in. Right?
Yeah, well, a player like that, I mean, you can tell when he gets into a rhythm. Maybe he's never out of a rhythm. I don't know from what I've seen so far, but it sure is fun to watch when they get that look in their eye, like they can make it happen at any time,
Well,
and he's able to do it.
You know, Chase has that shooter's mentality, and you know, if you know what that means, you understand, you know, exactly what we're talking about. That, you know, you have a real bad memory, and that is that you don't remember whether you made the last one or missed the last one. But if you're a shooter, that's what you do. You know, your teammates work to get you a ball in a position where, you know, you have an open shot. It's your job to put the ball in the basket, and he's done that very well today. Yeah. You know, part of the situation Coach Weisenbeck is in right now is, you know, he has 9 players, you know, that he uses, and all 9 have played. You know, they all contribute at some point in the game. So, when, you know, if you're looking to empty the bench, you know, you're maybe going to see Brandon Burkhauser here, but he's got 3 of his starters on the bench, but, you know, the 3 players that are in there, you know, play more than half the game.
Sure. That was a long 3-point attempt there.
Oh. Finally able to get one go down. Whitish. It's Hunter Whitish.
And Mike Whitish, Coach Whitish, not real happy with his defense not pressing there originally, but they got back into it now.
Ooh.
Newton with a nice shot again.
Nice elevation there. It's too bad that didn't go in for Trevor. Royals maintain the ball. Tapped out of bounds on the rebound.
One minute and 22 seconds left to go in this ball game.
That 3-point basket by Barneveld, cutting it to a 28-point lead for the Royals now, 70-42.
And as you might expect, Assumption is not in any hurry to take a shot here.
And that is the first team foul called this half on the Barneveld Eagles.
This has been a really a mistake-free and a foul-free game.
Well, yeah, there's been a lot of turnovers by the intense defense, you know, both sides. But, you know, yeah, there hasn't been a lot of fouling or, you know, situations where you felt like, you know, something could have been called a foul. So here's another turnover by the Eagles.
.21 seconds left to go in this one. Clark, I believe.
Oh, Nathaniel Clark with that basket. And that's the final, 72-42, a 30-point win for the Royals against the Barneveld Eagles, bouncing back nicely after a tough loss last night to the Port Edwards Blackhawks.
Just an impressive overall performance by Assumption here, like you said, bouncing back after the loss last night, and whatever the message was that Weisenbeck gave the team last night, it certainly was was received well, as offensively and defensively, the Royals really dominated this game, came out strong, kept the pressure defense up. We talked about it at halftime, keeping the foot on the gas pedal and maintaining the momentum, and I think they surpassed even our wildest expectations as far as accomplishing that. So huge win for the Assumption Royals as we start to add up the totals here from this game.
Yeah, the really balanced scoring from the Royals. Of course, Chase Lamp with the 7 3-pointers. He had another basket, 23 points to lead the Assumption Royals today. Josh Paltz with 15 points. Jared Haas with 15 points. You pointed out what a nice game Jared had, especially really made a big difference at the beginning of the second half there for the Royals. Nathaniel Clark, 8 points off of the bench. And Trevor Newton with 6, Colt Linsmeyer with 2, and Brady Baltus with 2 for the Royals. The Eagles were led in scoring by Tyler Hellenbrand. Some of those points coming inside. And Bryson Sorensen had 8 points, as did Matthew Myers. Some of the leading scorers for the Eagles.
What did Lamp have? What did he end up with?
23 points.
23.
7 3-pointers and 1 2-point basket.
And I believe he had either 26 or 29 last night.
Yeah,
so
right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's
nice couple of days for Chase Lamp here.
Yeah, between Chase Lamp and Josh Paltz, those are the 2 leading scorers of the Royals, and that's pretty much holds true in every one of the games. But much better balanced effort from the Royals here today.
Yeah, and I mean, again, the second half couldn't have gone much better, I don't think, for Assumption. Defensively, they kept the pressure up, and that seemed to lead to good things offensively, as it often does. So congratulations to them and a big bounce-back win. And I believe Assumption is now 4-6 overall.
Yeah, mm-hmm, yep.
So.
Yep, 4-6, yep. With this 30-point win, 72-42, here at the Assumption High School gym in Wisconsin Rapids. Thank you to Nakusa Port Edward State Bank for sponsoring this broadcast. Thanks to Solaris for their help with getting these done. And the next broadcast is going to be
Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Next week.
A girls' contest, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
And it will, let me just check the date here for sure.
I think that's the 9th, isn't it? Wausau Newman
Yes.
Cardinals
Yes.
against
So
the Assumption Royals.
Yep, January 9th, right here at Assumption High School against Wausau Newman for the girls' contest, and that should be quite a contest between those two teams. I know every time last year Newman handed Assumption their only loss
of
the season.
Right.
They met again in the state tournament,
mm-hmm.
and
yeah, I'm not sure how 2 teams could know each other and any better than those 2 teams do. So we'll see how it goes next Thursday.
All right, well, thank you again for joining us here on CentralWisconsinSports.net. Once again, the final score is the Royals of Assumption 72 and the Eagles of Barneveld 42. Check us out on January 9th for our broadcast of the Assumption girls basketball team against the Newman Cardinals. So for Mark Skiba, I'm Brian Kolish, and we will see you next time. Again, stay warm and stay safe.